Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. I just wanted to say first off, thank you for all of the hard work and the effort that you've been putting into this course this semester. I know these are not easy topics, and especially right now as we're navigating the current world that we're living in and how that affects us. There's never been a more important time to learn this information. And so I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've been putting into the class so far. This week, week 5, if you haven't already, you are responsible for completing unit exam 1, and that's due by the end of this week. That's going to be September 26th at 11:59 p.m. So you'll need to figure out a time to take that, and you will be responsible for taking it in one sitting. There's no leaving and coming back to it. You'll have to complete it all as one item. You also need to do chapter 6 and chapter 7 this week. So it's a little bit more reading heavy, but we're going to go into different healthcare models, and then you'll have an assignment that puts that into practice. So our major assignment this week is this healthcare model simulation. You are absolutely going to want to read through the instructions in great detail. There's a lot of information in here, and you will have to play a simulation game. It's very old. We haven't found a newer version yet, so it's very retro. It's a very retro type of game. So in this game, you need to essentially work as the mayor of the town, and you're going to be working with hospital administrators, and your job is to try to replicate the Beveridge, Bismarck, National Health Insurance, and out-of-pocket healthcare models. So you will be playing this 4 separate times and creating and replicating one of these healthcare models in each instance. So you will want to read this article, take notes. This is going to go in tandem with your chapters 6 and 7 this week, and it's going to just enhance that information. It's going to, connect that with the key concepts of each model, and then you're responsible for understanding the model in order to replicate that in the game. So it explains it a little bit here. So you're going to spend 5 years in the game time. So it doesn't take, it's about an hour. I would say about an hour of gameplay. But I would recommend trying it out first so you understand how the game works. And then I recommend making notes about each model that you have with you, so that way as you're playing the game, you understand, okay, they value these concepts and you need to make these changes in order to make it more consistent with the Beveridge model. You also will want to make notes about what happened in each model simulation, what things went well, what failed, were you voted out of office, were you reelected, things like that, because you will have a discussion board reflection at the end of this. Okay, so this is the 4 healthcare system models article, and you're going to want to review this. This is a video that's going to introduce you to this sim health game. This is not something I created. This is one of the other instructors at CWI, and so some of you may have taken classes from him before. This is Tim Curry. So you'll want to review the introduction, watch this video, and then here is the actual link to the game. I recommend watching the intro talk before you get into the game, as it's going to go through what different settings you need to change in order to make the adjustments for each healthcare model. So like I said, it's very retro. If you run into any problems with this, let me know. We've implemented this over the past, 4 to 5 years, but it is a fairly old program. finally, after your 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, this is the reflection that you'll be responsible for creating. So you'll click into here as with all discussion board posts, and then you have different paragraphs that you need to have just reflecting on each healthcare model, and then a paragraph reflecting over like what you've learned overall, and then implementing healthcare systems from the book and the game. And then you need to respond to 2 of your peers with constructive feedback to their results as well. So this is going to be week 5. I recommend getting that Unit 1 exam in early so that way you can spend the majority of the time in the healthcare simulation. But again, you do have 2 weeks to complete that. So this one will not actually be due until October 3rd. So October 3rd is when this healthcare model simulation is due, but this one you can start and come back to it. So you could do 2 of the healthcare systems, this week, and then do 2 next week with the discussion board. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope everyone has a great week. Thanks.